Hey guys, Melderon here. Today, I would like to bring you guys something really special. I had the pleasure to sit down and have a conversation with the guy who brought me and subsequently Defcamp into Classic WoW and therefore indirectly made us start making content. Before we get into it, I would just like to state that this interview is probably not safe for work or PC in any way, shape, or form because Dan, or Teathyme as he now calls himself, speaks his mind, sometimes a bit more colorfully than most. Also, this was recorded on a cell phone in his living room, so my apologies if the audio quality isn't what you've come to expect from us. I hope you all enjoy. All right, so, hey everyone, Melderon here. This is a kind of a special thing. This is not a DefTalk nor a vanilla Wild discussion. This is a conversation. We're literally sitting here drinking coffee with a good friend of mine. His name is Teathyme. His real name is Dan. He's the reason why I play World of Warcraft. He got me into this game.
You gonna let me talk, or are you just gonna?
I'll do an introduction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Real quick.
Oh yeah,
and
do
then
your thing.
So just a disclaimer: this is going to be not safe for work. Okay.
Not PC.
No,
not
my buddy Dan just talks. He just talks whatever comes to mind. So we're going to talk about Classic WoW. We're going to talk about retail. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of shit today. So let's get on with it. So introduce yourself.
Yeah. So my name's Dan, or my stage name, as they call it, is Teathyme. I play.
Why Teathyme?
I like tea, and it's always time for tea. I had a previous name that was not the best, and my wife found out the meaning of that name, so she asked me to change it, and I love my wife to death, so of course I changed it.
That's good for you.
So I mean that's just, I don't want to call it. It's grown up. I mean, I've been playing this game since vanilla, and we all grow up. Some people grow up and change. Other people grow up and change.
All right. So when did you start playing?
So I originally started playing, I would say, maybe a couple weeks after it launched. I don't know the exact time. I tried out the game, saw everything about it, knew nothing about WoW.
Yeah.
I played Warcraft. I played Warcraft 2. I played Warcraft 3 that throws in whatever Thorn or whatever Throne, whatever the hell it was. And then played some StarCraft. I love me some StarCraft. Yeah. And then it was like, oh, cool, this company Blizzard is making all these cool games that I really enjoy. Never really got into Diablo. And then I saw they were making this World of Warcraft, and I thought it was just going to be another, like, Warcraft game. I did not realize that it was an MMO when I bought it. I just bought it because I thought it was another RTS. Was not.
All right. So what was your first experience like? When you
it was horrible. It was god-awful. It was the worst thing I ever done in my entire life. I started a character, watched the video, was like, man, this video is badass. I hope the graphics are good. Got into the game. I was like, these aren't too bad. I made a dwarf hunter, because I was like, oh shit, the video had a dwarf. I guess I gotta choose a dwarf to be a hunter. I knew nothing about the game.
Yeah.
Got into it. Was stuck in first person view. Didn't know.
But like, how did you get into first person view?
I really not 100% sure. It was years ago, so obviously I think I clicked on a quest, started like trying to scroll the mouse to scroll through the text, and it didn't obviously do anything. And then I like walked away, and everything was first person view, and I was like, this game sucks. I thought that you had to play the game first person view. I was really bad. Like, hands down, I'm not going to joke, really bad. Still probably pretty bad at the game.
How long did it take you to realize you could scroll out?
Yeah, I quit the game for like a month. Because I had no clue what the hell I was doing. I had no friends that played. It was like, hey, let's do this. So I quit the game for like a month. It was like, F it. This game sucks. Wasting my money. Let's do this. So I just left. And then I don't remember if it was a friend or somebody was telling me about it, and they were saying it was awesome, and then I went over their house and I saw them playing it, or I don't really remember how I got back into it, but I remember watching somebody play and it was like, holy crap, you can actually play in like third person view? And at first I thought it was like a patch, didn't really understand, but no, I guess I just scrolled in with my mouse and didn't realize that you could scroll out, so tried it. And then I was like, hey, I'm done with the hunter. Fuck that. So I made a human priest on a PvE server. And
PvE server?
PvE. Yeah. I didn't even know the difference between PvE or PvP. I just chose the server that they gave me.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it, but they chose the server, and I was like, hey, let's play it. And I was like, you know what? I want to make a priest. Because no matter what, I probably shouldn't die because I can heal myself.
Yeah.
So with a hunter, I only got to maybe level 1.5, maybe 2 or 3
'Cause you're
max.
first person.
I mean, I was in first person. If you guys think you're better than me, go put it in first person mode and see how far you get. Because I promise.
As a hunter.
As a hunter, I mean, it sucks when you're shooting and then, shit, things are in your face and now you can't shoot anymore, which I don't understand that to begin with. You can shoot somebody point blank, but in World of Warcraft you can't. There's fucking magic, but you can't shoot fucking between 0 to 6 yards or whatever the hell the minimum was.
I think it's a 6-yard dead zone, yeah.
Okay, so that's awesome. That's awesome. I can shoot fire from my hands if I'm a mage, but I can't reload a gun and shoot somebody within 6 yards.
Point blank in the face.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
All right, so you picked the priest.
I picked a priest. Was like, hey, this should be a fun time. Let's do this priest thing. Boom, playing, and I was like, okay, cool. This is a cool game. This is awesome. And then it was human priest. It was kind of cool. Did not die, but did not really kill anything because didn't really know what I was doing still. So I started questing. I loved doing all those quests in the beginning. Went through all kinds of stuff. Hit level 10, was like, holy shit, there's talents. What should I do? And I was like, oh, well, I really made this priest for like endgame because I want to heal people. So I put talents in holy because, I mean, I had no friends that played the game. I knew nobody who said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to put my talents in holy because I want to heal.
Yeah.
And I leveled as holy.
How did you damage? Like, what did you do to damage?
You wand.
You just wand.
That's what you do. You wand and you renew. That's everything. Wand and renew.
And put the shield.
And then maybe a little bit of that, whatever, holy light, I think it was. Maybe flash. I don't know. I think it was holy light. I don't remember. I think it's holy. No, lesser healing. Lesser
heal.
Yeah, lesser heal maybe. And then heal. I don't remember. It was years ago, buddy. It was just I tried to, when you go through like a traumatic event in real life and you decide, hey, that was so horrible for me, what I should do is just block that out of my mind.
Yeah.
That was vanilla WoW for like the first 6 months. That's what that was. And then, boom, level all the way up to 60. That took me forever.
Yeah.
Because I was holy. On the priest. That was my first character I got to 60. And I count the priest as my first character. I mean, I did play on the hunter. That was the first one I created, but I mean, F that hunter. Like, seriously. But the thing that sucked is they didn't really when you got the game, you didn't really know what you were doing. It came with a manual or a manuscript, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. I am not a reader.
I know you're not.
So I don't read. I will figure it the F out, and I did not figure it out.
Yeah.
And then got to level 60. I was like, holy crap, this is fun. Did my first dungeon at level 50, maybe 55, something like that.
You didn't do dungeons before then?
I didn't know that they existed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no LFG.
I'm laughing at you because you told me all this stuff when I started playing. Yeah. So I knew everything right away.
I told you a lot of stuff because no one told me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was that guy, hey, don't be me. Don't do this.
So I have to ask, what made you keep playing?
The quests were fun. It was new. It was all new.
Yeah.
It was all new. It was like, hey, you go out there and it's like, hey, there's a story. I didn't even know you could skip scroll text until level 60. Yeah, you want to talk
so
about?
You're reading
I was
waiting for the words.
I hate reading, and I read more on this game than I probably have my entire life.
That's interesting. So it made you want to read.
Maybe? No. It was more about hey, let's just do this. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. I didn't even know about Addons till level 60. I didn't know about anything. It was bad. It was really bad.
Did you have any raiding experience?
I did Molten Core, dude. Because of my job, I had to leave for extended periods of time, and then came back and then raided. I think it was AQ40, but I didn't I think I killed one boss in there. I don't even remember. It was more of a carry. It wasn't really but I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah,
bro. I clicked to heal. I did not have raid frames.
Key bindings.
I did not have anything. I didn't even know about key bindings till 60. I didn't know about auto run till 60. I didn't know about I didn't know about so much stuff that I wish I knew about. But I failed.
Huh.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
So, you're playing retail.
Yeah, I play retail now, yes.
So what are you looking forward to when Classic's relaunching? Like, why do you want to play?
I want people to have a fun time.
Yeah.
I want to help people out. I mean, I played on a PvE server, so now that I know what I'm doing, I want to play on a PvP server on retail. And actually, like, I miss that. I miss that a lot. I miss playing, like, Burning Crusade, actually know what I was doing. Or, like, towards the end of Vanilla, I would duel people above Molten Core and make them jump into the lava.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
just laugh. And then they get all pissed off, and then I'd duel some other random shooby, and then just deal with that.
So we were talking a little bit last night about...
The pillow talk or the other talk?
Oh, yeah, the pillow talk. Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about the pillow talk.
We're not talking about the pillow talk.
Yeah. So, we talked about changes.
Changes. You changing your clothes, your underwear, your look? Which one?
We talked, well, I didn't change my underwear yet, but not today at least.
Yeah, me neither.
So, like...
You still wearing mine?
No.
Oh.
No, I got rid of those.
All right. So what about these changes?
All right, we talked a little bit last night in the car ride down here. We were like...
WoW's going to have changes. I
But
hate to tell you guys that, 100%, WoW will have changes. It will not be the same. And you even saying, hey, I want no changes, I want it to be exactly the same as you want it, I don't know why you're not playing on private server. If you want it to be that way, play on a private server. It's free. Enjoy. Have a good day.
But what changes do you think are going to happen and why?
So, money. World runs on money. There will be a WoW token. There will be, like, it's dumb for a company not to put in a WoW token. There will be, I don't want to say random aesthetics. I hope it's only aesthetic. I hope it's just like, they'll probably put in maybe transmog eventually. They'll probably do all of that.
No, come on.
Crap.
Transmog?
Yeah, I think
How are they going to implement transmog?
I think they're gonna.
But why? What's the reason for it?
The reason for it, because they can sell stuff, and they can sell it to people.
Oh, you mean like those transmoggable items?
Yeah. So
Well, but I think let's rein in for a second. Let's talk about the WoW token.
yeah, WoW token done. That's
So,
gonna,
but
that's gonna be
they can't implement it right away because it's gonna ruin the economy, right? So basically, what's
I don't
stopping
think it is.
someone from buying? Like everyone's level 1, right?
Yeah.
Someone buys a WoW token,
Yeah. Okay.
but no one's going to be able to buy it yet because no one has any gold.
Exactly.
Right?
So someone buys a WoW token. The WoW token might be worth fucking 3 gold. At that point, because there's nobody who can buy it.
Yeah.
So, like, the WoW token is based upon the economy. So I don't see how it makes... It doesn't matter if your economy is crap, the WoW token is crap. If your economy is great, the WoW token is great. If your economy is in between, it's all right. It doesn't... The WoW token fluctuates with the economy. And, I mean, I am nowhere near a smart person that deals with economics. I would hope to believe that the company of Blizzard knows a little bit about money management. And I'm pretty sure Activision knows how to get rid of money.
Well, they just fired 800 people.
I mean, well, that's how you do it. Now they just grossed 800 salaries.
Yeah, but what do you...
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying somebody at the company's like, well, how are we going to make a profit? Well, if we fire 800 people, then we don't have to pay 800 people. That sounds like we're making a profit again. At least 800 people's worth of profit. But I don't think it's right. But in the long
But they had a
game of
record.
money,
They had a record year, right?
they had a record year
Yeah.
on what? Revenue,
Yeah.
not on profit. The difference between revenue... I mean, again, I'm not any economics.
I
I
see
could
what
be
you're saying,
100% wrong. They brought into the company whatever, we'll just make a number, $100.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, well, their cost to run the company is $120.
Yeah.
So they did not make a profit, but they brought in the most money that they ever brought in.
Yeah.
So how do you change that? You have to either make more of a profit.
Or how about you reduce the money that the higher ups are making, like you said in the Nintendo thing?
Again, yeah. So, again, there's many different options that they can do. A company will decide on what is best for their company. I don't own stock in Blizzard, or Activision Blizzard. Mm-hmm. If it was just Blizzard, I would definitely own stock in it. Because back in the day, Blizzard was legit. I bought World of Warcraft because I knew StarCraft was good. Because I knew Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2 were good. Because the company made great games. Now does the company make great games? No. Buddy, Call of Duty is on Battle.net. How sad is that?
But doesn't that go against what you said about the WoW token? Like, isn't the WoW token a sign of lack of fidelity in the company? Like, if you see the WoW token in Classic WoW, won't you be like, what the fuck, dude? Why is this in here? Won't that really make you sick to your stomach? Thinking that they're going to corrupt the game with something like that?
So, I don't think that's going to kill the game. I think the WoW token... I mean, there used to be a lot of, like, farming. Gold farmers.
That's what I mean, right? Yeah, sure.
We'll call them gold farmers. So the thing that really...
Do you mean the people that farm for legitimate reasons for their own? Or are you talking about the Chinese gold farmers?
I don't want to call them Chinese because I'm just saying people that
Chinese,
farm
whatever
gold,
yeah.
whatever. People that sell gold. So everybody says, hey, it's the people that sell gold is killing WoW, but the people that are buying it too is also killing WoW. So like... I mean, if they had nobody to sell to, they wouldn't do it. So obviously people are buying it.
Yeah.
So what it comes down to, in my eyes, is that the token really saved that. I don't know if you remember, even in Burning Crusade, you logging in, or End of Vanilla, you would log in, and how many in-game mails would you have from
you would see
sellers?
You would see stuff in the major cities, people with, like,
exactly,
corpses
and then you can't even sit there and see stuff, and then or even. It was just a waste of time for me. And I thought the amount that the economy was hurt or in any way, shape, or form, I thought made the playability of WoW better.
Okay, but what about... Don't you think that the token is a play-to-win mechanic, essentially? I mean, like, okay,
no.
So you're paying money to get the best...
It's not the best.
Okay.
You're paying money to get gear...
BOE.
You're paying money to get BOEs. Last I checked, there has not been any BOEs that have been best in slot endgame. Ever.
No, that's not true. There are.
Give me one.
So best in slot pre-raid, I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay.
And then there are some
again,
that drop in dungeons and stuff like that.
Yes, but some
and
that...
ZG and...
Exactly, but the point is, like, I don't see that they would... I don't think that they would change it. Like, hands down, okay, so one person got one piece of gear. The other aspect of it is, like, people that like playing WoW, that actually enjoy playing it, that are like, why the hell am I paying this much money a month to play it?
Yeah.
Can now have a way to play for free.
So Defcamp, in his video, he said that one, quote, I don't think this is a benefit personally, but I think it could benefit people who, like yourself and myself, are older now and have responsibilities. So say, remember how long it took to farm materials back in the day? So those people can buy...
I remember possibly giving somebody materials back in the day, and then they like deleted their character after they were completely exalted. Yes, I understand that process. We'll get into that a little later, but let's continue.
What I mean is, like, so you're farming all these consumables for a raid, right?
Yeah.
It takes you hours to do that.
Yes.
Some dad who's got a good job can buy a couple tokens or whatever, sell them, and buy consumables, and then be able to raid. So it's anti-gatekeeping, essentially, right?
So the way I see it is, it's a video game. It's not a job. If somebody like doesn't have the time to raid, back in the day, raiding was hard.
Sure,
it took
hard to get into.
Hours.
Yeah.
It was hard.
It was a time commitment. Let's put it that way. Yeah,
it was very, very hard. They were mechanics that no one saw before. They've never been in any other game before. They were actually hard. So I mean, any other game that I played, at least, I don't know whatever RuneScape or anybody else had.
Or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play any of those games. So the whole point of it came down to that if you are willing to pay the money, because I don't know about you, but my time is definitely an hour of my time is worth at least $15. Is how I feel.
Okay.
So if it takes me an hour to farm, I might farm an hour in between quests, or I can spend $15. But that should be an option. Because if I don't have a job, or if I'm in between jobs or I'm on vacation and I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to pay $15 for it this month. I can sit there and I can just sell gold to WoW that I know it's safe. I'm not getting my account hacked. I'm not in the process of losing everything I have because Blizzard allows it. And from a company standpoint, why wouldn't you do it? It does not, from their point of view, they're making money no matter what. They're making money off it, so why wouldn't they do it?
Well, my argument is that there's unforeseen consequences that the WoW token could have on the game and the game's economy.
Like what?
I think it could make.
So what if they made
reduce the exclusivity of raiding?
So what if they did it this way?
Classic WoW is all about exclusivity and time commitment and putting energy towards the end game.
If they did the WoW token differently, so what if they did the WoW token for Classic was only for Classic and was not worth any $15 value on Battle.net? So it was only if you purchased a WoW token, you spent $15 of my money. I got a WoW token for Classic. It says whatever WoW Classic on it.
Yeah.
I sell it in game for
100 gold.
100 gold. I get me 100 gold. You bought it. Okay? Yeah. You can only use it for game time.
That's it. You can't use it for anything else.
Nothing else. It's not any $15 value at Battle.net. Now it has zero negative effect.
Well, it still allows people to gain access to things they wouldn't normally have.
Exactly.
Like Blazing Longsword.
But what's the difference between you picking up this BOE, all right?
Yeah.
Let's say it's worth, we'll just throw a number out there, 500 gold.
Okay.
All right? But now you have 500 gold. What are you going to do with that gold after you have all your mounts and all your other stuff? What are you going to do with it?
Consumables for raids,
Consumables for raids, right? Yeah. So let's say consumables for raids.
Or PvP consumables.
Exactly. So like the point of what I'm trying to get at is like you have all this extra money.
Sure.
All right? There should be a way for you to turn that money into something that can profit for you. I understand consumables. Yeah. I understand all this other stuff. But you don't think you having 500 gold, well, maybe not you personally, but if I had 500 gold and I knew for the next 6 months it's only going to cost me 100 gold, I would want to turn at least 300 of that gold into some game time so then I'm not paying financially out of my pocket for a month or two. So I don't see why that's not a win.
I guess the only argument I have is that I think it reduces the exclusivity of like hard work, right? Because Classic WoW is all about hard work and time commitment.
So like BOEs, you tell me how you grind for a BOE for hard work.
Well, it has a very low chance to drop, right?
Exactly. Well, I mean, and there's a lot of BOEs that are world drops. So like
that's what I mean.
If you're oh man.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, so even if you like, it's not like you're gonna farm for it. It's gonna be a random drop.
Okay, well, let's say farming herbs.
Herbs. There you go.
Okay, that's something that you can actually farm.
Yes.
Joe Blow goes and spends 6 hours farming herbs, right?
Yes, Joe Blow.
He deserves to get that gold.
Exactly.
A person just throwing a whale, let's say there's like some really, rich guy. He's a single guy. He's got a $1 million a year job. And he just goes and buys like 30 WoW tokens. Yeah. Like it's nothing, right?
Yeah.
What the hell did he do to deserve that gold? Nothing.
But that's real life. He's got the money to just buy the WoW tokens.
It's a fantasy game, right? It's supposed to remove all boundaries of
and
real
somebody
life.
Just became king. And that's the dude with the $1 million that just bought all those WoW tokens.
Having a WoW token makes a boundary. It's immersion breaking because you're bringing in the real life into the game, right? You're bringing in, and you can say the same thing about gold farmers. They do the same thing, right?
Yeah, but the problem I see is the gold farmers affected my gameplay negatively.
Okay.
Somebody having 5 million gold in the game does not affect me negatively. That doesn't affect me personally.
It affects the economy, perhaps. It could affect the economy.
It could, but you know what? It could affect the economy, or it could not. Where I know 100% that gold farmers affect me negatively because I've lived through it.
I know.
I feel like one of those guys that are like, World War II was super bad. I lived through it, but that's literally what I'm talking about. I'm talking about gold farmers were the worst of the worst. When you go into a zone and you're trying to kill something and there's nothing there for you to kill because people are all farming. when you go in there and right when you log in, you have 15 whispers, and you're like, was any of these for my friends? And you're scrolling through it, and it's just telling you to buy gold at all these different websites. That's not a game. That's an advertisement. That's what it turned WoW into. It turned it into an advertisement every time you logged in. So I feel that from the company's standpoint, that they are going to introduce it.
Well, I agree with you that it benefits Blizzard in two ways. One,
it's going to give them money,
well,
which
yeah,
I mean,
one,
their
it makes
stockholders are pissed off because they're broke.
Yeah, well, one, it makes the game not riddled with gold farmer spam, and two, it makes them money because these whales, these, like I said before, these very rich people are able to buy shitloads of WoW tokens, right?
Yeah.
So it does benefit them, but I understand that. But
again, when you buy a WoW token, it's regulated by the economy on the server. So if this dude buys 50 WoW tokens, day one when the server opens, they might only be worth 3 gold a pop. That dude can't do anything with that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's based upon the economy. And like I said, I am not an economics guru at all. But I would hope to believe that after this many years that WoW has been out, that they at least hired some person that understood economics a lot better than me.
Yeah.
But who knows? They could have just fired him out of those 800. Yeah. So who knows?
I see your point. I just think that introducing it isn't the classic WoW experience being bothered by gold farmers.
No, because the classic WoW experience cannot be repeated. That's what I'm telling you.
Cannot be repeated because it physically can't, or because you're saying that it would harm the community? What do you mean by can't? So,
the classic WoW experience. Everybody wants the classic WoW experience.
Or vanilla. Let's just say vanilla WoW experience.
We'll say vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla WoW experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got to look at the definition of that. So, like, playing the game, vanilla WoW, was awesome. It was hard. It was challenging. It was the hardest thing to do. It was just... It felt great because you were doing something new every day. You weren't doing something repetitive. You're not logging into whatever.
What, private server that cannot be named?
Or any other game, or even like current WoW at its retail state, where you literally I log in and all I do are dailies. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I've done this daily about 50 freaking times. I even know where everything is for it. So like it's repetitive. It's repetitive. The only thing like at end game that felt repetitive in classic WoW was farming.
Yeah.
And that was only if you wanted to.
Right.
Because if you didn't want to, you didn't have to. I'm not saying that current WoW is not fun, because there are great aspects of it, but I think that you cannot compare it to like classic WoW. Classic WoW was good because if you wanted something, you had to work for it.
That's what I just said about the WoW token.
But again, the WoW token is different. The WoW token's economy.
Okay. Well, okay.
I'm talking about...
You mean just like a purple gear?
I'm talking about, purple gear, or like if you wanted to log in and say, hey, I feel like doing a dungeon today, it would take you literally a couple hours to figure it out. To get a group together, to go and do it. Like, right now in WoW, it doesn't take you that. It takes you 40 minutes. 40 minutes?
If that.
I'm saying 40 minutes and you're done the dungeon.
That's like max, though.
That's like you're done the dungeon in 40 minutes.
Mythic Plus or something.
Yeah, Mythic Plus.
I mean, if you're in a regular dungeon.
Well, I mean, who does regular dungeons, right?
Well, when you're leveling up, right? I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, who still levels up?
You need to do that.
So,
Okay, so let's go back. You said the classic WoW experience cannot be repeated.
No, it cannot be repeated.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, leveling is awesome in classic WoW. Leveling was hard. It was difficult. You pulled more than a couple mobs, you were dying.
Yeah.
That's the, like, hey, sorry, buddy, but you're dying. You better start running, and hopefully you get out of that range so they can reset, because you were dying.
Yeah.
And if you were a tank, you know what? You pulled too many, you just died slower.
Yeah,
you still died. You just died slower. Or if you were a priest, you know what you did? You just bubbled and kept wanding.
Or feared it,
And then you'd fear, and then what happened? You get 3 more people showing up, and then you'd sit there and be like, "Oh, he called his buddies," and then it was just a train wreck.
But why was that fun?
It was challenging.
Okay.
It was difficult. Yeah. It was challenging. It was new.
Yeah.
That's what made it fun, was that it was new.
Okay.
It was new and it was challenging. Like, they're like...
Those two things together.
You need that. And then I think the problem that's going to kill classic WoW is going to be the end game. All the fights are the same. All the content that is going to be exactly the same, I'm sure.
Oh, here's my counter argument to that is, we talked about this again last night. But so 15 years, right?
Don't even say that.
Isn't it new, really? Because no one's going to effing remember it. And on top of that, the private servers may have it to the point where it's wrong enough that it may be a fresh experience even for the top people who've done this over the private servers over the years. Is it really that? Is it? And what you said something about muscle memory. I think.
Like I don't know. Like I haven't done Sholemons in years.
Yeah.
And I mean probably close to 13 years. Man, I don't know. I haven't done it in years. So if I went into Sholemons right now on a private server
or classic
whatever, I might die once or twice, but I will remember those fights. After just seeing him and being like, oh, yeah, I remember him casting this, and I remember us, like, tanking him over here in this corner, or whenever he did this or did that. But, there are so many YouTube videos of how the fights worked. There's so many different ways
Guides.
it's not new, so that's what's going to kill it, is that it's not new. They're literally re-releasing old content, and I don't know. I feel that if they're not changing anything about it, then they shouldn't be asking for more money. They shouldn't be asking for a monthly fee. So they have to do something to require that monthly fee.
So are you suggesting change all the dungeons?
No, not the dungeons. The dungeons were fun, and the dungeons were challenging. The dungeons 100% were challenging. The raids were even more challenging, but the problem is you'll have groups of people, like a guild of whatever, X amount of people that go in there, and they know all the fights. They've been doing it on either private servers.
But isn't that a small percentage of the population?
That is definitely a small percentage of the population. But,
okay.
But you do not have any further progress after they do all of that. And it also depends how WoW releases it, or Blizzard releases it. Because if they release WoW and they're like, hey, boom, everything all the way up to AQ 40's out, enjoy.
No, they're not going to do it.
You'd be like, wow,
they've already announced they're doing phases. They're doing like raid tiers and phases, right?
Okay, so if they do that, I still don't know. Like, I just feel that you need to change something about it, or else it's not going to be fun.
Do you think the mechanics themselves should be changed, or do you think
that's an option. But again, then it requires money. It requires money for programmers to change all that stuff, and like would old Blizzard do it? Of course, in a heartbeat. I mean, they did that how many times? When they said, hey guys, what do you think of these dungeons? And they said, oh, well, I don't really like this part of it. And they would change it. And they would make it better. They would fix their problems. With Activision, I don't think they do that. I mean, it's not cost productive.
So
why would you do that?
I mean, they're not going to do anything. I don't think Activision is going to do anything that they deem expensive or.
Well, I mean,
they're not going to spend any extra cash. Let's put it that way.
Hey, you know what I said, man. WoW is done when pigs fly, and that last effing mount they put out was a fucking flying pig. So I don't know what to say, but they're probably almost done.
All right. So how about? Can I get some more coffee?
Yeah, of course. Anything.
Oh, thanks,
sir.
sweetheart.
So you want some creamer? You want me to cream that on?
Oh, I don't want your cream. Anyway, okay. Let's pretend they buff all bosses' health.
Oh, cool.
No, let's pretend they do by 10% and armor values by 10%. Will anyone even notice? Because they don't know what it was back then, right? So they can secretly buff the bosses. Not secretly. But they can do that and not really... And no one will actually know because they'll say, oh, the private servers got it wrong. But the mechanic things people will notice. Yeah. If all of a sudden, instead of Onyxia going
instead of standing in fire and dying, it gives you a buff, I think that would be cool. How many people be messed up on that, right? How many people get messed up on that? Or them making it so heals don't crit. That's what they really need to do. Really mess with some people.
Yeah, so you used to do that. Tell that story.
Yeah, so heals don't crit. That's 100% fact. If you want to start trolling with people, you just write that in general chat. And people start losing their effing minds. I think the world's over.
All right, so change. So you think the change in the mechanics would?
I don't like honestly. If I was Blizzard, I would have done a lot of things differently. I would have already launched it and just been like, "Here's your private server. Here, you guys want it just like this. Here it is," and just launched it. Here you go. This is what you wanted, but it's going to cost you $15 a month. But it's exactly. I mean, a lot of people would play it, but then what do you want after that? Oh, you want BC re-released, but that's easy. They just re-release BC. Here you go, Magic. Here you go. It's re-released. But then what happens after that? Oh, well, then maybe Wrath of the Lich King. Well, what are we going to do? Just a vicious cycle that ends at fucking Warlords of...
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, where do you want it to... BFA?
No.
If you want it to end at BFA? No, I would rather it end at, like... I don't know. I liked a lot of things that Mists of Pandaria brought out, but I also disliked a lot of things. I mean, everything's a double-edged sword. There's people that are going to like some things, and there's people that are going to hate some things. And the biggest problem is the internet and social media has given everybody an opinion. And I don't know who Blizzard listens to, but let's be honest. I've met a lot of people out in this world, and they're not the people that should be given opinions.
But opinions are like assholes. Then everyone's got one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to... I agree. Everybody's got... Well, I mean... Not Kim Jong-un. What was that, the interview?
Yeah, the interview, yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
So, okay. All right, let me just backtrack here for a second.
Yeah, we digress a little. We
changes to Classic WoW. You wouldn't mind to see endgame changes.
I wouldn't mind seeing endgame changes to keep people playing at endgame. So I think it'd be great when they launch whatever. They launch, hey, if they keep the same amount of time when vanilla was out for their releases on changes, it's not going to live. There were way too much time in between. Bro, BFA, here you go, an example. BFA, okay. What was the raid that's... I don't know, I'm trying to think the raid that was previous.
The most recent raid, or no?
No, not the most... That was the Battle of whatever... Dulls, or... I don't know, Battle of Dell. And then the previous one to that, you killed like Cahoon. But like, the time in between that was like 2 months.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I'm saying that's good time. So what was the time difference in...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
What was the time difference? I mean, that was... People were bored. People were working on alts because they all cleared it.
But doesn't Classic provide you enough things to do?
Well, it's going to take you a while to level, which is
That's
great.
What I mean. Okay.
Which is great. Don't get me wrong. It's going to... In Classic, you were like, hey, should I play an alt? And you're like, F that. I don't want to level a whole new fucking guy all the way up to 60.
Yeah, that's true. So do you think people are going to do you think the current climate of players will clear MC and then just stop playing and wait for BWO to come out?
It depends how long it is on the timers. And people nowadays are impatient.
They are.
That is a huge problem. That's where LFG came out, spoiled everybody. LFR, that spoiled everybody. Oh man, I need to do LFR. Or I liked LFR. I like LFG. I like them both, but they spoiled the hell out of people. Don't get me wrong. I'm an adult now. I have adult things I have to do, so I don't have 5 hours. I can just sit in front of the laptop and grind away at trying to find a group for dead mines. Like I don't have that time. So LFG was great for that. But again, LFG also brings in the people that are like, hey, look at this! I can. Let me see what's over here, and I pull 4 other mobs. Oh, let me see what's over here. Oh yeah, I used the wrong spell and I pulled a whole nother group, and now we wipe because it's vanilla and it's actually hard.
But don't you? So for me, waiting that 15, 20 minutes, perhaps an hour to get a Dead Mines group together. Isn't it worth it because the social interactions you get out of that? Most of the time, I add people to my friends list after each dungeon, right?
Yeah, so in vanilla, I didn't know you could add people to friends list until 60, so I can't make a good assumption on that. Okay. I wasn't the best.
But you did in Burning Crusade.
I didn't Burning... But no, I really just played like with my guild at that time. Okay. So my friends list was my guild. If I was running a dungeon... That's because I was healing it. That's because it was guildies. It was
let's talk about intra-server communication then. So within the server, you knew people, right? You got to know people.
Yes, I did.
That, to me, is the most important thing Classic WoW provides is the community aspect.
How long did you play Classic?
Not long.
Not long, right? And then what did you do?
Oh, you mean Vanilla? I didn't play Vanilla long.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
So what did you do when you
Hit 60?
Yeah.
I deleted my character.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
why would you do that when you have all your friends? Because your friends list didn't go over to your new character,
No,
right?
you're right. That's true.
So tell me about.
We've already talked on this channel about how stupid I was for
Hey man, I still delete characters.
Yeah, but that was my first character.
Well, how much gold would you say that I probably spent on you to max out your blacksmithing? Which I'm surprised you haven't made a video about. So, how much gold do you think? I mean, you maxed out your blacksmithing, right?
Yeah.
You got what? Thorium Brotherhood, I think.
I don't know if it was exalted or whatever.
I mean, yeah, but somebody like helped you get all the way up there.
Yeah, because I remember you had to do quests with them just to get past a certain point.
Yeah, that was rough, huh?
You bought my level 40 mount.
Yeah. Somebody invested a lot of time in you, and what did you do? You said, "I'll delete this character. I don't like warriors. I'm deleting him."
I got so frustrated because I felt so underpowered.
Well, yeah, it's hard when you're starting at the end of an expansion and everybody's rocking out in the best gear that's out, and they had nothing to help you catch up to it. So, like now, in BFA, like current content, let's say you create a character right now that's 120, and then you want to do like heroics. Well, heroics now drop higher item level gear than they did when the previous raid was out to help you catch up on that
Yeah, but
gear.
there was catch-up mechanics in Vanilla. There was ZG and AQ20. Sure, there were.
So,
but I wasn't doing any raids. I was a total noob.
I know you deleted your fucking character.
And then I rolled the mage, and the mage felt a lot more powerful because the mages are a lot easier to level. Let's be honest. Warriors have the hardest time. So, let's be honest. The Warriors are a little bit tough.
Yeah.
But so okay, all right. Well, I think we're digressing again. So what about you play retail? You still play. What about retail makes you keep playing? Versus what about what is it? Why do you keep logging in every day?
I don't log in every day. I play because I have a couple real life friends that play.
Okay, is that all that's keeping you in the game?
No, I like when they bring out new content because it's new. It's new. It's not the same old grind. But I'll log in to do my raid, and then again, I'm an adult, so I have a schedule. I have responsibilities. If this is the time that I can raid, I find a group that can allow me to raid during that time, and then I go and I try my best. Do I get bothered when people stand in fire and die? Yes, just like everybody else. But the guild that I am in at the previous moment, we're not a hardcore raiding guild. I won't kill anything above probably the first 2 or 3 bosses in Mythic, and that's it.
Okay.
But again, in between the raid, there is really not much else to do. I mean, PvP is a blast. Mythic Pluses are probably the most challenging and the most fun I have besides the raid.
Okay. So those 3 things really are what's keep you.
PvP is fun. It is fun to gank somebody and they can't mount up and run away. It is fun. And now that I know a little bit more about the game, I think I'm going to be rolling on a PvP server, and I am going to just destroy people.
Yeah. Well, you eventually did roll. I think it was end of vanilla. You eventually did roll a PvP server.
I did.
You what the hell? Because you gave me what character did you play to give me all that gold? Because I was a warrior. Were you a mage then? No.
Spit-Hot Fire. Yeah, I was a mage.
So, but
Spit-Hot Fire.
Okay, so you like the end game progression. You like new content coming out.
What about
classic makes you want to play then? Because you already know the content, right? So what?
Well, I do at the time, but I like the challenge. That's why I play, because of the challenge. Because hey, I could sit there and leveling is fun, but it's challenging. Why do so many people like what's that? Dark Souls? Is that Dark Souls?
Dark Souls.
Why is it's hard? It's a hard game.
Yeah.
There's people that play it 2-3 times in a row. It's a hard game, and why do they keep playing it? They know every single fight, they know every single move, but it's challenging. It's still hard. So that's what the only thing that brings me back is camaraderie, friendships. Okay. Challenging. Okay, it's got to be challenging, or new content, because I want to be hey, I like this. I didn't play it all during Legion at all. my job did not allow me to play. Basically, I was busy during Legion, so I missed out on a lot of stuff in Legion. A lot of people say that BFA right now is Legion 1.5.
Yeah,
it is literally the same thing as Legion. I think the gear in BFA, I don't know if they had the same problem in Legion, but in BFA, it bothers me when I pick up a piece of like 410 gear and my piece of 385 is actually better, and I'm like, well, that doesn't even help my item level.
That happened in Vanilla too.
They choose my item level because of this. No, but Vanilla was all add-ons. It was all add-ons.
No, what I mean is your best in slot, quote unquote, is not your tier gear sometimes. Like Shaman's a perfect example. Like their tier 1 is not that good.
Who knew Shamans were getting talked during this kind?
Oh, of course they are. Of course,
obviously,
yeah. So what I mean is, like, you're going to be wearing non-tier pieces and stuff, right?
Yeah, but again, like, do you want to know why I probably play Classic WoW? Because you're playing. Hands down, that's probably
that's the reason why most people are going to play, because they're going to play with their friends.
That's really I'm going to play it because it's challenging and because you're playing.
Yeah.
If you stop playing and all I had was challenging, I would think about it. I mean, there's a lot of games I still got to play. I still got to beat Skyrim. Like,
you do have to do that.
I have to beat that eventually, but the problem is I get too sidetracked on the side missions. Now I'm stealing some Argonian ale for a bum that's on the street. I mean, I'm only like 3 hours into the game, and I'm still not even past the first major city.
That's what makes the game good, though. But like, what I think Skyrim's good, right? It's beautiful.
Oh, okay, we're digressing. Let's talk about other things besides Skyrim.
Okay, fine. I was going to say it's a beautifully engineered game, but it doesn't have the social element that Classic WoW has.
Exactly. Yeah. But on the other aspect of it, you don't expect it to have it.
That's true.
You're not stuck with people that are in the way or just looking at stuff or just being horrible. Like, how are you a hunter and just auto shooting? Like, how are you...
He's trying to save mana, probably.
Just saving mana? Oh, what do you mean? Those spells, I can click them? I thought they were just cool icons that go on my interface.
Yeah.
No, you are horrible.
So
that's the other thing. Like, are you pro add-ons or not pro add-ons?
I think...
There you go. There's a question for you.
Really
you want to ask me a question? I'll ask you a question.
I think the first time through, my first character through Classic, I'm going to try to do as minimal as add-ons as possible.
So what add-ons?
I think I would like to have a DPS meter.
A DPS meter?
Yeah, or
why?
Meter.
Why does that matter?
Competition it breeds good gameplay.
Competition does not breed good gameplay.
Sometimes it can.
Like, I feel like it does when you're at high-end rating. It does. But why does the DPS meter? If you go into a dungeon, we'll say Dead Mines. We'll just use that one. You go into Dead Mines, all right. You come up to the first boss, you're like, wow, this boss is taking a long effing time to kill. Does it matter if you kill the boss?
Does it matter if you kill... Yeah, you want loot, right?
Yeah, you want the loot, right? But if you kill the boss, does it matter what the DPS is?
Not really.
Then the real question comes into... In Classic, then why need it?
But everyone will say that up front, but deep down inside you want to out-DPS that other DPS, right? Everyone does. Maybe not. Maybe someone... Let's say you're a pure DPS class. Let's say you're a mage. And there's a rogue
playing a warrior.
Well, let's just pretend.
Okay,
you're a mage.
Pretend. Oh,
you're a mage, I'm a rogue.
It's like yesterday.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a mage. You were a shaman all day. Continue. All right. Remember that totem you found? Let's continue.
You're a mage, I'm a rogue, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're in Dead Mines. We're fighting a boss. We don't have to CC anything.
Yep.
And I do 100 DPS and you do 99. Wouldn't that make you... You're like, shit.
I agree.
Yeah.
People like you and me, I am perfectly fine with. But now let's say the third person in our group is doing 10. The healer is wanding harder than the third DPS is DPSing. So, are you going to bring that third DPS with you next time? Don't you act like you're a saint, because there's no effing way you would.
Now, here's the thing. What if he's really friendly? And what if he's another mage and it's like, hey guys, I got all this water, and is telling jokes.
He's another mage. I can already make water.
Let's say he's telling jokes. Let's say he's
cool jokes.
Soul stoning the healer. Let's say he's a warlock, right? He's soul stoned on time. The tank almost died and his Voidwalker picked up aggro. So he's doing other things, right? To help. I'm pretending.
Obviously, because he's doing less damage than the healer, and you're acting like you'd still bring him.
I'd like to think...
You'd like to think that you're better than that.
The classic environment,
It will not.
Breeds.
If there's a DPS meter, I will not bring that guy, and I will be the one, because I am a dick, I will be the one to be like, yo, bro, what's up with your DPS? All that for that shit. That's what I'll do.
We already know you call people out during playing.
Yeah, I have to, because nobody else does. Because everybody's trying to be buddy, but seriously, if nobody tells that person their DPS is shit, they think they're awesome, because you know what? They were me when I first started out. They don't know that, oh, yeah, there's a rotation.
Yeah.
They don't know that, hey, there's guides out there. Why don't you go check out this guide? But you might be like now, I'll give you an example. I'm not going to use names, but there's a shaman in my current group.
All right.
Whose DPS is atrocious. Atrocious.
Yeah.
Like 1K above the tanks.
Okay, yeah.
I am doing almost 3 times the DPS he is. Like 2 to 3 times, I'm somewhere in there.
Yeah.
The damage that he's doing. He is a shaman. His DPS with his gear score or item level.
Yeah.
He should be in the top 3 of the group, out DPSing me, but he is not.
Yeah.
How does so
how
what
do you
I do?
approach that issue?
I approach it easily. I say, "Hey bro, I saw you got some new gear this week. What guide are you using?" And they say this guide, and I say, "Oh, have you heard of this one?" They're like, "Oh, well, this one's so much better." Well, I just say, "Well, your DPS doesn't reflect it." And then you know what? You plant that little inception seed in his mind, and he just sits there.
But you know, some people don't respond to that.
Exactly.
Some people do, some people don't.
He didn't. His DPS is still shit, and it's been 3 weeks.
But I guess what I'm saying is, like, okay, you and I are being competitive, but it's okay that he's not, right? That warlock I'm talking about.
It's not okay when you don't kill the boss, is it?
When you don't kill the boss.
So when you don't kill the boss, then you say, Warlock, WTF? Why don't you...
But if there's no DPS meter, how do you know it's the warlock?
Exactly. That's why I'm saying, if there's no DPS meter, I think it's better. I think people will be nicer if there's no DPS meter, because then they'll say, hey, man, hey, what's your... hey, I like your gear, I just don't understand your talents. And you can look at somebody's talents, and I can tell you if they know what they're doing or not.
Yeah, but you can't inspect talents in Classic, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to go into the armory if there's even going to be an armory. Yeah. Who knows?
So,
but, like, the whole point is, you can tell. You can tell. I'm not saying that...
We had a warlock. We were running BFD a couple days ago.
I don't care about your stories. No, I'm joking.
No.
This is my interview, not yours.
We had a warlock that was running through the whole thing without a pet. And we were like, hey, dude, where's your pet? And he just didn't say anything. So
he probably didn't speak English. Not that that's a bad thing.
No, he probably didn't.
He probably didn't speak English. But you know what? Does that mean I should learn a different language so I can curse at him? No. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to not bring that dude next time. So that's what it comes down to. Are you gonna?
But don't you think, don't you think the Classic experience breeds patience more than retail does? Because
the Classic creates a better player than retail does. Because you can't get carried. Well, you can, but to an extent. You can only get carried as well as the patient of your friends.
Yeah.
If your friends don't have patience with you, I'll tell you this right now. I will not carry somebody like that. Unless if I was actually like, really, if it was you, I would have to carry you because, like, let's be honest, you're going to be playing a shaman, so I don't know what you're going to do. But
all right, so let's say that this warlock does ask for help. You're not going to yell at him.
No, if there's a difference. If somebody goes into a dungeon like, hey, this is the first dungeon I've ever done, I'm going to be like, bro, this is what you need to do. Yeah. You need to be careful. But if you go in there and I sit there and say, hey man, what even if a DPS meter is in there, because 100% there'll be a DPS meter. There will be a DPS add-on. Like,
it'll be developed at some point. Yeah.
There will be one. And then you're going to be able to say and be like, bro, what's up with your DPS? They might not even know how to type.
Yeah.
If this is the first time they ever played,
they
might not know how to
I didn't know how to type for a while. Yeah. Until you showed me.
Yeah.
So what I mean is, okay, here's another thing. What about raid frames? Raid frames are a must for me, dude.
Bro.
Like new UI, frames.
So I don't even play with raid frames now. Even in BFA, I don't play with raid frames.
Well, you don't heal, though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine clicking on that little thing to heal someone?
Bar? I did.
Yeah, but didn't you eventually start using, like, HealBot or something else?
Yeah, because I sucked. That's why. Because somebody taught me. Somebody said, you know what? Since you're going to be our priest, I should put time into helping you get better. And that's what it's going to come down to. But you're not going to do that to somebody who's level 20. You're only going to do that to somebody who's a level 60.
Okay.
I'm not going to put my time into making you a better player if you're level 30 and if you're shit at 30, like, you have a long way to go to get to 60. But if you're 60 and you're struggling and I see you online every single day or I see you online every time I'm on, I will work and get you better. But I'm not, bro, it's just like anything else. Let's say you're an electrician and you have an apprentice underneath you, right?
Sure.
And you're like, hey, I want to develop all my time into you, but this guy shows up late. This guy has all these other problems. This guy is like, I don't even know if I really want to be an electrician. Are you going to put your 100% effort into developing it?
Yeah.
No. So why would I do that in a game that I'm playing for fun?
That's a good point. But I do like what you said about, I think Classic has the potential to make people better players.
No, you have to be a better player.
I
It's
like
not a
that.
potential. You have to know how to not face pull.
Yeah.
You face pull, you suck.
Yeah,
like
true.
hands down, you learn whatever your aggro range is pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Because you know what? If you're level 6, they're level 6, and you're like, I can get about like maybe 8 yards. You don't have a circle around you that says 8 yards.
Yeah,
You've got to just figure it out.
Yeah,
and
true.
you have to, or else you're running back from the graveyard all the time. And if you are, that's good.
Yeah,
Because you know what? You're only going to get better. Yeah. You're going to strive to either get better or you're going to quit.
The unforgiving environment really made it great. And I think to myself, why did I keep playing? It was definitely because of you. And two,
well, you deleted your character, so I was.
But I still kept playing.
Yeah,
I still re-rolled immediately and started playing again.
A new character.
I like mages better.
I like mages.
But so we went over add-ons. So what about PvP? Are you looking forward to endgame PvP in Classic?
No, I'm looking forward to like slaughtering villages of people. That's what I look forward
World
to.
PvP. You're looking forward to World PvP.
I am totally rolling on a PvP server, and I'm gonna wreck people's day.
With what? What are you gonna roll?
I don't know. It depends on what you really need. It don't matter to me. I'll either roll a tank or something. I don't care. I'll roll whatever. I'll kill people with whatever class. It doesn't bother me. And you know what? I'll die a lot, but you know what? I got the patience. I'm old now.
Yeah.
I definitely have patience.
You have a kid now.
Hey, that's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. Put that kid down to bed early, and then I will.
What would you say if they incorporated Arena into Classic WoW?
Waste of time.
Why?
Are they balancing classes?
I hope not.
Well, there you go, right there. Everybody will play a fucking mage and a rogue.
Mage rogue combination.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. Oh, cool. What's the top 50 groups? Oh, mage rogue. Oh, that's hard. I can tell you that right now. Where's Arena Junkies? Hey, Arena Junkies, mage rogue.
That's true. That is a good point.
Why would you ever do that? Like, there is no point to. It wasn't even good in BF or in Burning Crusade. It wasn't good.
What would you say was overpowered in TBC?
Rogues still. It was rogues. Like, because the problem is they did not fix the gear issue. So in Burning Crusade, you would have rogues wearing druid tanking gear, and they're like, "Oh, cool! I can beat on them all day," but they're wearing tanking gear. That's full of agility for some god-awful reason. And now this rogue's he hits like a truck and takes damage. I don't understand. You ever hear of evasion tanking?
Yeah,
People evasion tanking freaking gruels?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was kind of weird. But that might be a problem. That might be a problem there if you can evasion tank a raid boss.
All right, I have another quick question for you. What do you think about hybrid classes? Do they have a place in raids other than healing?
I love hybrid classes. I love them. I think they're great. I think they're awesome. I think if they class balance, if they do, I will probably play a druid.
So you're saying make them more tank capable?
Tank, cat, boomkin. Just make them better all around. But they need to class balance. If they don't class balance...
Here's why I don't think they should do that. So here's the issue with class balancing is you take one aspect of the game into perspective instead of all three. There's three main aspects of the game: leveling, PvE, and PvP. If you make cats more powerful, not only do you make them the fastest levelers, because they're already the second fastest leveler, now you make them unstoppable in PvP, right? The problem with balancing in one aspect of the game is going to have ramifications in the other two aspects. The reason why hunters are not great endgame, they're not the highest DPS endgame, is because they motor through the leveling process. Motor through it.
But do you think that's
How
really
powerful would that be if you made them even more powerful?
So, I don't know if they do class balancing.
Yeah.
If they're going to introduce, like, the PvPs like they do in the current content.
What do you mean?
So, like, there's PvP traits that are specifically for PvP only.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. That's way too much development time.
That is a lot of development time, but I don't know. I don't know. Like,
my issue with class balancing is it has ramifications on other parts of the game. That's the issue.
I agree, but the classes as it is fucking broken.
But you're playing a rogue because you're a pure damage class.
I understand, but a rogue can't heal unless he's fucking bandaged.
That's what I mean. So the thing is like,
so,
if
yeah,
you want to play a hybrid...
So should every rogue play assassination or combat? Or subtlety?
I don't know what the... I think it's combat is
I don't know
PvE.
what it is either, but the whole point is, if cookie cutter guides say the max DPS on this raid is a assassination rogue, and you prefer combat, you will not get in that guild because you are not playing.
You're talking about a min-maxy guild that cares about that kind of stuff.
I'm talking about like even if like
What about the more?
So here I want to go into Molten Core and I want to tank on a fucking paladin.
Okay.
They're gonna let me do that?
It depends on the guild, I think.
I think you're setting yourself up.
The problem with obviously the problem is they don't have a
failure.
taunt. They don't have a taunt, so that's the issue, right? So and
if you go into like a fight and you don't have if you go into a fight and you don't have the correct setup, I'm not saying that you should always have like the top setup, but you need like a good tank. You need like good healers.
Sure.
You need like if you go into a raid and you have all resto druids.
It's not a very balanced raid.
It's not a very balanced raid, buddy. No. So, like, hands down at that point, it's like taking a test and just saying, you know what, those last 10 questions, I'm not even going to look at them.
Well, okay. But what I mean is, why would someone take all restaurateurs instead of, like, mixing
What
it up?
if they're all friends?
That's their problem. Like, okay.
That's their problem.
Here's a perfect example. Our first time through Nax in Wrath.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, man, I remember that.
We had the most horribly balanced 10-man ever. We had 4 Death Knights. We had 1 ranged. We had 1 hunter. That was it. We still cleared it. It took us a lot longer than if we had a mage.
Well, it made the dance a lot easier.
It made the dance a lot harder. yeah. Well, actually, yeah, because you still have to dance if you're ranged at the second part. But anyway.
No, I'm just... But
what I mean is, like, we still did it, though. So, like, what's...
Yeah, but
there are all druid,
mechanics.
There are all druid and all paladin and all shaman raid groups, right? They do it for fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there are people that know what the hell they're doing. Is that what you're expecting? You're only going to raid with people that know what the hell they're doing?
No, of course. I actually want to be in a guild that actually lets these meme specs and hybrid specs play.
So, like... But the whole aspect of it is... Okay, so now you have a healing meter and you're not killing a boss. Are you going to bring the classes that are fucking hybrid and suck at it? Or are you going to be like, hey...
Well, to be fair, the hybrid classes can heal. You're talking about maybe DPS.
Yeah, DPS.
Yeah.
So now you have rep pallies.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not killing this boss because we keep hitting his range timer. Are you going to be like, we got to keep that red pally. Got to keep that red pally. He knows what he's doing. I mean, he's a great guy. Shows up to raids on time. Yeah. He's not fucking your wife. He's a good guy. So are you going to keep bringing him or no? You're going to be like, hey... Red Pally is the lowest DPS of lows. The priests are out DPSing them with their wand. We should probably just maybe let this guy sit out this fight.
Yeah, I see your point.
So, like, that's where a DPS... That's exactly where a DPS means.
But I'd argue that most 40-man raids, not all, have room for error, right?
Exactly, because you carry.
Yeah. But that's okay. Then that means you can bring a few hybrids.
That's
right?
true. But if you want to be, like... the top notch, the kitty's titties, the bee's knees.
Yeah, but you're talking about a very small percentage of the population.
So you mean to tell me you're not going to want to go in there and clear Molten Core?
I said I want to clear
Week one?
If I don't, I don't.
You're not going to try?
I would love to try. Yeah, of course I'm going to try to clear it. Why
So
would you not try to clear it?
If, like, week one goes in there and you have a red palette that's like, hey, Hey, man.
Well, there won't be any red paladins in my group because I'm rolling horde. But okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So you're gonna run with
enhancement shaman.
Yeah. You're gonna run with a cat druid.
Yeah. Hey, if he brings his crowd pummelers and he's actually farming those things and he's trying his best, then yeah. I mean, like,
you can bring him over like a fury warrior.
I would, if I had enough Fury Warriors already, and I had...
You have 0. You have 1 spot left. You don't have any Cat Druids or Fury Warriors. What are you going to bring?
Well, then that's a doom to fail already.
Exactly. So,
yeah. I mean,
sorry, buddy. I know it took you a month to get to level 60, but your ass sucks. Like, you don't think that sucks?
I'd like to think that I
like that Blizzard did what they did in the past. I like that they tried their best with it, and then they said, you know what, we need to like start scratch, so we're gonna make the Burning Crusade, so we can actually like change everybody a little bit better.
But the thing is, with an MMO, with RPG, you know ahead of time when you pick that class, you're not a pure damage class. If I pick a shaman, I know that my job is a hybrid. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a master at none. If you don't know that from Jump Street, you're rolling the wrong class. That's how I feel about it. It's tough shit if you think, well, I rolled a shaman and I rolled a 60, I should be able to melee DPS.
So hands down, I roll a druid. Should that be like, hey, we need a boomkin, where the fuck's your boomkin gear? And I'm going to say, oh, I just have tank gear. Well, because it takes forever to get fucking gear.
But what I mean is, if you're rolling a druid and you've got aspirations to do endgame, you're probably going to be farming healing gear, right?
You're going to be a healer.
Or an off tank, it's possible. So
an off tank is definitely possible, but
if you're
off tank, not a main tank.
But if you're farming spell damage gear,
yeah,
and you are trying to get in a really high end guild, you effed up at that point.
I effed up because I'm playing a class that I enjoy that the game has not made equal.
But you're playing
equal rights. Equal rights.
But you're playing a hybrid class. You should have known that from the beginning.
So that's my fault. That's my fault.
It is. I'm sorry.
I should have played a Shadow Priest or a Warlock or a Mage.
A Mage, maybe, yeah. If you wanted to do range spell damage DPS, you roll the wrong class. Unless you're in a guild that's cool with that. Right? Then it's okay. If you know ahead of time... Listen, I don't want to dissuade someone from rolling what they want to roll, but you have to be realistic as well and realize that person... Listen, your chances of getting a raid spot are way lower than that Mage. That's all I'm saying, right?
Yeah, but you're saying that you bring him.
Classic WoWs, I probably would bring him. But Classic WoWs, unapologetically, you should know you know why you're leveling this character.
So here's the question. So, like, how do you know... How do you, like, just like right now...
Yeah.
WoW makes changes all the fucking time.
Of course. They did during Vanilla too.
They just turned, like, we'll say... I mean, literally, the DPS charts go up and down every 2 months. They change who's top, who's not top.
So in my eyes, it's better to know. It's better to know.
Balance every 2 months. So if they are balancing,
yeah,
I think it would be better to know off the bat than endgame. Because, like, hands down, because if I know that they're class balancing, I'm going to roll a druid. If I know they're not, I'm going to roll a fucking warrior.
Okay, what's wrong with either of those things? Is what I'm saying. So what I mean is...
If they balance,
yeah,
then I would roll a druid. If they don't balance, then I would roll a warrior.
Because you'd rather roll a druid. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I would. But I'm not going to be able to because it's not going to do what I want.
What if I told you that you would find a tank spot somewhere?
Who said I wanted a tank?
Okay, why do you want to roll in a druid then? Why do you want to roll a druid?
I like... Well, I honestly...
Kitty cat DPS?
To be honest, I actually enjoyed the druid. Some of the most gameplay and I've enjoyed.
But
I like the ability that I can stealth. I can gank somebody pretty easily.
Okay,
I like the ability that I can do stuff like that.
You can still do that without the balancing. Right?
But when it comes to raiding and when it comes to top-end gears, because they don't have really PvP gear, bro...
I know, but there's something called a hybrid tax. You're a tax because you're a hybrid. You have the ability to do so many different things. Right. That's the way it should be.
Import tax, bro. That's what it is. Economics. Where's Blizzard's economics professor?
Why are shamans never going to do as much damage as mages? Because they can heal.
We'll see. Maybe they'll do some changes.
Because they can heal. They're better than
hashtag changes. This channel is hashtag changes.
That is not a Defcamp Melderon sanctioned
no
piece of it. Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not Teathyme either.
Yeah.
I don't agree. But I don't want changes, but I'm sure they're going to put them in.
I agree with you. No changes is what it really is a damage control. Right? No changes is, the movement of no changes is you fight as hard as you can to keep the game as it was.
Yeah, but the game...
But in reality, we know it won't be 100%, but I damn sure am this. The no changes movement did stop them from doing certain things. I'm a full believer in that.
I don't know, because I don't care enough to know.
What do you mean you don't care enough? You're going to play the game.
I'm going to play the game, and I told you the 2 reasons. Because it's challenging and because you're playing.
Okay.
That's really why.
But I think this is the reason everyone's playing. The community and
because you're
of the
playing.
grind.
That's why everybody's playing, because you're playing.
No,
you're playing a shaman.
Yeah.
You're playing with totems.
I love playing with totems.
That's how it's going to work. I just don't understand. Like,
do you like playing with totems?
Too much. But I liked the problem is I played too long. So like when I play a druid, I liked Cataclysm Druid. Probably the most.
Okay, well that's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen. But again, like I liked a lot of these classes, but again, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I hope it turns out well, but I don't think it's going to last long.
Why? Because the end game's going to be the same?
If the end game's going to be the same, I see right when the game comes out, there's going to be a huge spike. Probably just as many, if not more people in retail playing it. Probably. That's just it's my hypotenuse. And then,
your hypotenuse.
And then it's my hippopotamus. And then I think 6 months later it'll drop by about a quarter of how many people are playing. And then a year later, I think it'll be below retail again.
Why?
Because there's no new content. That's why. That's the sheer end of it.
How do you think you can counteract that?
Put new content in.
So, like, what I mean... Okay, well, hold on. I knew you were going to say that.
How do you fix the color of my car? You change the fucking color of your car.
Do you mean they're going to add expansions that are not TBC or add TBC? What do you mean by that?
I don't care.
Content?
Anything.
What would you rather see?
I don't care. I don't care. Either way, they have to add something. If I'm going to pay my freaking monthly subscription, they have to add something.
And not just
they have to earn.
What if they just do restarts, like fresh realms? With what about that? Is that new content? To you?
What's the difference from me? What's the difference from me just saying, "Oh, I deleted my warrior that I just got"?
Well, it's
all
a lot
this
different because the
from.
economy gets restarted too.
Oh, and then
everything
that
gets
guy
restarted.
who's buying those 50 WoW tokens and then having a rough go.
What I'm saying is, would you mind if it was just that restarting the game again?
Yes, because I am paying $15 a month to pay for content and updates. That is what I'm paying for. If it was not a monthly subscription, then it should be a one-time fee, just like any other game that's online. Pretty much. Grand Theft Auto 5, you pay for it. Okay, you pay your one-time fee. They put out updates, but do you have to pay online for it? No.
So you can play online for free.
Yeah.
How do they make their money?
From purchasing the game and from microtransactions.
Oh, what are the microtransactions?
All kinds of crazy
Cosmetic
stuff.
or pay to win?
I don't really play it that much. I don't want to tell you the wrong info, but
yeah, because I just don't want that to happen in class. I don't want Classic WoW to have a cash shop. I don't want to have microtrans. I don't want to have pets, mounts, any of that shit.
I hope Classic WoW just turns into one huge pet battle.
Dan,
I'm just fucking with you.
I was going to say fucking.
I don't even know how to pet battle. Yeah. I've tried it so many times, and
it's just like Pokemon, isn't it?
I thought it was, but I sure as hell don't understand Pokemon anymore. Then because I don't know what the hell's going on.
Smokemon.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Microtransactions would kill Classic WoW.
It would, but it would benefit the company.
Can you imagine everyone running with like the Zillion Tiger? Like everyone running around with like the most rarest mounts, the Baron Rivendare's Death Charger. Can you imagine that shit?
I feel that what they would do is they would, if they see the problem is like, let's say they release the Burning Crusade, right? In your hypothetical situation, they say, hey,
yeah,
this game's been going. You need Charger.
No, we're good.
They say this game's been going on for like a year and a half, and they say, hey, we need the Burning Crusade, or 2 years. We need the Burning Crusade. So they get the Burning Crusade out. I'll bet you an alcoholic or an adult beverage that they will have a microtransaction shop open prior to the Burning Crusade coming out.
But selling what?
Selling classic WoW stuff.
Why?
Because it's free money for the company.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't think it's right. But again, the company's not Blizzard anymore. It's Activision. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But like hands down, it like loot boxes, bro. It's gambling. Like hands down.
It is gambling. Yeah.
It is gambling.
Yeah.
So like, but does Activision care? No, they need to make money. Which again, if I owned Activision, I would want to make money. I'm not bothered by that at all because they're trying to make money. That is what a company does.
But yet at the same time, you love what made Classic WoW great, which had nothing to do with greed, really, when it came down to it.
It did not, but that's why it succeeded. But again, like, okay, so why should WoW keep going? Why is there even more expansions coming out? Because they have the whatever many millions of players that are paying the money.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why I like the WoW token. Do you know why? Because I can play for free. I don't have to pay for it. I'm not spending any of my money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't agree with the company's values, but I'm not paying for my
I'd rather
subscription.
spend $20 a month for a game that I want to play and has the fundamentals that I enjoy and I coincide with. Like I'd rather play a game that makes sure I'd rather pay an extra $5 to $10 a month to make sure there was no cash shop.
So if they
and Blizzard should realize that.
It's not Blizzard, it's Activision.
Well, whoever should realize that there are some rabid Classic WoW fans out there that would make this game float.
But again, so let's say that's the 5% of you.
Yeah.
That's the 5% of you. It's really what it comes down to. But again, you don't want changes? Play on a private server. They're not making changes.
Well, even they've made changes. Small changes, like respawn rates and all that kind of stuff.
But again, like, does that matter? Does that really change it for you? You're like, I'm bothered because it's not taking me 45 seconds to run back to my body compared to 30 seconds. Like, oh, this is so out of date and wrong. Like, who cares at that point?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
If you don't want changes, play on a private server. There you go. I don't know how to say that. You're not going to spend money. You're going to save money, actually.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get changes.
But everyone wants... The reason why Nostalrius existed was to get Blizzard to listen to the community and relaunch the game we all love.
Exactly, but it's not Blizzard anymore. That's what I keep trying to instew in your mind. How many people from Blizzard are still there who created
I don't know how many.
I don't know either, but I bet you it's a lot less than they were there maybe a couple years ago.
That's absolutely true.
So, like, why?
Well, even last week.
Yeah, so, like, why are we...
Yeah.
Like, why are we thinking that Blizzard is still Blizzard? They are not anymore. They are a different company. Bethesda, let's look at them. Like, I love Bethesda. I loved everything that they put out. I played a horror game, and I hate scary stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I played that Evil Within game because it was made by Bethesda. And you know what? Scared the living shit out of me. Couldn't even get past, like, the first 3 hours of it because I sucked at playing it. But, you know what? I got it. And now where they come out with that Fallout 76, the biggest... Bro, I would literally, if I could, I would print pictures of that and turn it into a roll of toilet paper and sell it. And I bet you it would sell more rolls of toilet paper than copies that was sold.
Yeah.
Like, hands down. People would be like, oh, I'm wiping my ass with this game because it is shit. And you know what? You could make a fortune. Maybe that's what Blizzard or fucking Bethesda should do.
Yeah.
All their old copies of it, just start printing screenshots of the game and then just turn it into toilet paper. Make a deal with Scott, and then just, boom, you got the doo-doo paper rolls.
That is so funny, dude.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Everybody knows the game is shit. The company started taking it off the shelves. I don't know if that's exactly true, but that's what it seems like.
Yeah. Could Classic WoW revitalize the MMO industry?
No.
Why?
Because it's already out. It was vanilla WoW. It was out. It's literally not new content. All right. It's old content.
Hold on. Could the popularity of Classic... Let's say it's extremely popular.
Super popular.
Let's say it has like 10 million subscribers. Wouldn't that make people be like, oh shit, people really like this old school MMO stuff? Could that revitalize the MMO industry? Not save Blizzard or any of that shit.
You can get RuneScape on your freaking cell phone now.
All right, I'll be 100% honest with you. I tried RuneScape. It's okay. I just couldn't get past the shitty graphics. I couldn't.
Oh, I am 100% with you.
Yeah,
but that's an MMO.
It is an MMO.
That's
absolutely.
classic. That's
absolutely.
that's on your phone. That's on your mobile device.
Yeah.
I bet you that RuneScape game with those shitty graphics probably has more players than Diablo Immortal does.
I heard it has more players than retail WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
So if that's the case,
and it's free.
Yeah. Could classic WoW revitalize the MMO industry?
No.
Could its popularity?
No.
Why? Why not?
Games aren't. MMOs are a dying breed. That's what they are. They're a dying breed.
Why? Because you think people who enjoy them are a dying breed?
No, because everything revolves around money. You look at every single...
But everything revolved around money 10 years ago, too.
Yeah, but the technology wasn't available for you to walk around with classic WoW in your pocket 10 years ago. Where it's there now. Like, hands down... Bro, look at the Nintendo Switch. Look at the crazy things that thing can do. You can walk around with that.
Yeah.
Why would somebody, like, I go to the doctor's appointment and you put me in the little waiting room, I'll bring out the Switch and I'll play it for 30 minutes while I'm waiting in there with my thumb in my ass because I'm bored. Because for some reason the doctor has to have you wait.
I thought you need two hands to play it, though.
You have to wait in the big waiting room and then they move you to the little waiting room to make you feel that you got your hopes up that you're going to see the doctor soon, and then you wait even longer in the little waiting room.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But you're a doctor now, so maybe you can fix that.
I'm not a medical doctor, but
I understand that. But that doesn't mean you're not a doctor. Don't sell yourself short.
So, Classic WoW can't save the MMO industry because you think that MMOs are a dying breed.
They are. Like, that's not even a question. Like, they are.
But why is that? People want instant gratification?
People like the interaction of things, but people don't have patience. You don't have patience.
So you think the world is just...
Bro, look how much money Candy Crush made. Look how much money...
Yeah, don't even get sick in the stomach.
Look how much money all of these cell phone games made compared to PC games. And let's see why they would not be like, you know what? Why are we investing? We made... that same hypothetical. We made $100 last year, but we spent $120. How much does it make to make a cell phone game? Oh, well, it costs $5. How much to upkeep it? Maybe another $5 on top of that. So you mean to tell me we can have a cell phone game that possibly could make...
$90 profit,
Yeah. $90 profit? Holy crap, did Blizzard make a profit? No, they didn't. So maybe they're looking at different options because they realize that what they're doing is not making a profit.
Well, I think they shot... here's the problem is they shot themselves in the foot, right? So they built up, had hired new CMs, blah, 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 because WoW was so fucking good, right? And then it just... And they couldn't keep up with they couldn't keep paying these people because they're not bringing in the money anymore, right? But it's their fault.
How?
They made the game shittier.
So, yeah, but that's opinion.
Okay, that's a very popular opinion right now, though.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It is a very popular opinion. It is, but the next question comes down to, do you feel that content create... Here's a question for you.
Okay.
Do you feel that content creators on YouTube affect the public opinion of a video game?
And what... So, you're saying...
Negatively or positively?
I say absolutely.
Absolutely,
yes.
right? So how many people have said, do you think, on YouTube, hey, this game sucks, and then people are like, oh, maybe I should check out this game. So they go and look, oh, shit, there's Defcamp and Melderon. I like those guys. They're funny. Yeah. Let's see what they think of this game. And I check it out, and they say, oh, well, this game's shit. Well, why the fuck would I spend $15 a month playing it or buy the game to begin with?
Okay, but people had reviews since PC Gamer reviewed games 10 years ago, right?
But, again, as I stated before, everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah. So, how is what we're doing? I'm not defending myself.
No, I'm not.
How is what we're doing different than like PC Gamer? A magazine.
It's not. The difference is technology is so advanced.
It's more accessible.
It is a lot more accessible. Yeah. So like, I'll give you an example right now. So like, I want to buy an Xbox One game. What do? I get on Twitch and I see somebody else play it. I don't go to the person that has 300 freaking people watching them. I go to the person that has 2. So then I can message them and say, hey, what do you think of this game? Hey, can you show me, like, the inventory? Or can you show me this? Can you show me that? And they'll show it to you, and you'll be like, that looks like an alright game. Maybe I'd be into it. But the problem that I have is a lot of people are saying that a game is shit, and they don't ever show footage of the game. So if you're never showing footage of the game, or you physically have not played the game, you probably shouldn't call it shit, because you don't know.
That's why my whole channel is dedicated to Classic WoW. Because I played.
But I'm just saying. I'm not pointing on you guys. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there that are like, Fallout. I'll give Fallout 76 the example. They're like, oh, Fallout 76 is the biggest piece of shit I've ever played in my entire life, and all this other stuff. And they're like, you don't show any footage of you playing it. So how do I even know that you can play it?
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe you're just getting on the bandwagon of, oh wow, this is trending a lot. Fallout 76 shitting, so maybe I should make some content getting on that bandwagon.
That definitely happens.
Exactly. Well, now, like, so when I go and see, hey, is Fallout 76 good? And I just go through the normal feed. Now I see Fallout 76, worst game ever. Fallout 76, 0.
They just want the views.
They just want the views. So at that point, now I'm like, hey, you guys are literally drawing people away from a game that might not actually even be that bad.
You're compounding the issue.
Exactly. You're not letting people have their own opinion, which I think that's what actually saved game companies back in the day. Because back in the day when you'd be like, hey, this game looks all right, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And people would go out and buy it because they didn't have fucking YouTube.
Here's a question.
Things like that.
If Classic WoW released today,
boom,
it never released 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And how it was imbalanced and unpolished when it first launched, would it be the game it was because of YouTubers?
YouTubers would have crushed Classic WoW right now. And Classic WoW would not have gotten any players. Classic WoW would fail.
In today's
market. Look at any other MMO that started. They all compare it to Classic, not even Classic WoW. They just compare it to WoW.
Yeah.
And they say, "Oh, this is going to be the like." That's how they say it. They say, "Oh, this is going to be the new World of Warcraft. Yeah. This is the new World of Warcraft. Look at Star Wars: The Old Republic." I didn't play it. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you I did. But from what I was told, it wasn't a bad game. But why did it fail?
Because they unfairly compared it to something they couldn't ever achieve.
If you play Classic WoW, it was shit in the beginning.
Yeah, but what made you keep playing then? Because no one told you it was bad?
Because I did not go on YouTube. Yeah. I did not go on YouTube and say, hey, is this game any good? Should I spend the $60 fucking and buy the subscription or get the one free month or whatever the hell it was? I didn't do any of that. I just tried it and made my own opinion. That's the problem, is nobody makes their own opinion about it, and they all just get on the bandwagon of somebody else. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that is society. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody does. And that's not to say it's right. That's not to say it's wrong. I'm just saying the times have changed.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you feel that you can sit there and bash a game that you haven't tried, then maybe you shouldn't be making content. Because all you're doing is you're just spreading propaganda.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It's propaganda. And if you actually try the game and you don't like it, that's you. All right, bro. So to continue, I don't hate content creators. I don't want you to think that at all. I mean, I think content creators do a good service as long as they're actually giving their own opinion on the game. And they're, like, showing footage of them playing it.
Yeah.
If they say, oh, this new game Anthem's going to be awesome, and they don't show footage of it, and they're like, oh, it's going to be awesome, or all this other stuff, that's just an opinion. That's not... I mean, I could go on Facebook and get somebody's opinion on buying or selling a bicycle. That doesn't mean that I'm going to go buy or sell a bicycle.
Yeah. So I think the difference is like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there was 3 people talking about a game. When now there's
Game Informer, remember that shit?
Yeah.
Game Informer.
So there's like 3 people, right?
Yeah.
Let's say 3. Now there's 3,000.
No, there's more than 3,000.
So it's like 3 orders of magnitude. Let's just pretend it's like 3 orders of magnitude higher. So what I'm saying is, how do you filter out the shitty opinions? So these 3 people are vetted, right? Game Informer, PC Gamer, they're all vetted sources because they're like professionals.
They're the ones who literally are playing the games. And so like...
And they've been doing it for 10, 20 years.
So here you go. So like, you need to find a content creator that you enjoy. That's what I think the first thing you need to do. Somebody who has like a close opinion of what you believe, like just like movie reviews. Roger D. Ebert or whatever the hell.
Well, one of them's dead. But
yeah, whatever. So, like, do you think I went to every movie they said was great? No, because I didn't agree with what they thought was good.
Movie critics are a good actually point.
So, like, the whole point is, like, you need to find somebody that's on the same, like, hey, they recommended this game, I tried it, and it's actually good. And then the guy says, hey, I don't recommend this game, and still try it for yourself. And if you say, hey, I didn't like it either, then you can be like, hey, I'm starting to build a repertoire. Is that the right word?
Repertoire?
Repertoire, whatever. Repertoire.
or rapport.
Rapport. Yeah, there you go. Rapport. I was close.
Yeah.
I've been doing that with, but no mind. So either way, you need to, like, figure out who is playing these games, who has the time to play these games, because, I mean, I'm an adult now. I don't have 40 hours a week where I can spend in front of a computer and the finances to purchase a new game every 3 days to try it out. Sure. Well, that's where these content creators should be at. They should be like, hey, I'm trying this game. Everybody, I'll let you know what it's going to be like. I'll put out a video of it in like 2 days. Angry Joe is a good example. Uh-huh. A lot of people like Angry Joe's reviews. Have you seen him or
no? I don't think so.
You'll have to check him out one day. He's kind of funny at times. Yeah. He reviews a lot of games. He says the good, the bad, and the ugly of them. Okay. And, like, he does, in some games he just bashes, but he tries them. At least from my opinion, I think he tries at least most of them. So I like finding somebody who is, I don't want to say in the same niche, but same mindset of mine. Like, hey, I like these aspects of this game, and I found these aspects in this game, so that's what you should try. But I would really love it if they would just do it completely differently, and they would just say, hey, this game has this, this, and this. This game reminds me a lot of this game. If you ever played this, it was like this game has the bag inventory, kind of like Elder Scrolls Online. It's kind of like a good 3D models. It's got all right graphics. It's not bad at all. It's a little bit laggy, but again, it's day one of the game, so obviously there's going to be server issues. Like, people to understand, not like, hey, the server crashed 15 minutes into it. WoW released anyways. WoW released an expansion, the server crashes.
What about when vanilla released?
Bro, I don't even want to go into that. So, like, there's, like, all these problems. And, like, everybody's like, that's unacceptable. It's 2019 now. We should not have servers crashing. Like, okay, so your opinion, because you say it's unacceptable, means that, I'm sorry, the server won't crash again. Ever again, it won't crash. Because
you went on Twitter and
went on Twitter and bitched about it. No, all you're doing is you're making negative impact on a company that is literally trying to do well. Well, your one negative impact on that company doesn't affect the game that it is now. It affects the next game they develop, because now they don't have as much money to put into it.
That's a good point.
So
what you're saying, what I'm getting from this, because I really honestly only play one genre. I play RPGs, right? So
you dressed up as a shaman right now as we're speaking.
Yeah, I am. I have the tier 0.5 dungeon set on. So like
it's just totems.
Yeah, it's just totems like coming at my every. So what I'm taking from that is this: we should really give the benefit of the doubt to these single A, double A developers that are trying to make new MMOs, and really give them the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not saying about giving them the benefit of the doubt, but don't review a game day one. I know everybody wants to get out there and get the day one review, but if you're gonna review it day one, also review it later. Also review it a month later. Give it a shot to fix out the bugs. Because let's be honest, even betas, like, that's what a beta is. It's like, hey, test this shit out. Let me know the problems we have. But what are betas really?
Yeah, because
betas are like,
imagine if Classic WoW was launched today with the server issues they had at launch.
The game would fail, and then everybody would blame Blizzard, and then Activision would go under, and then there would be.
And we would never have Warcraft.
And you would never have it.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just saying I'm not saying give the company a benefit of the doubt, but don't judge a book on a day one review.
Yeah.
Don't, like, here you go. Call of Duty. I mean, I heard this somewhere. Somebody told me about this. So, like, whatever. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, right? Everybody thought that was, like, the coolest freaking game out because it had, like, 0 loot boxes, all this other stuff. You know what happened a month after the game was out? After everybody put their reviews in and said this game's awesome, it's got no loot box, all this other stuff, they put fucking loot boxes in it.
Yeah.
So, like, why did they do that? Because they knew all the reviews were in. So, like, if you don't think the company's trying their best to do, because they know how you guys are going to all act, they know how content creators are going to act.
Yeah.
They know, hey, they're going to review it day one. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Well, why not review it like day one or week one, and then review it like a month or two after, and say, hey, this game's got a lot of effing updates. It's got this change. It's got that change. Which, I mean, it's made the frame rate so much better. It's fixed with vertical sync and screen tearing and all kinds of stuff. Your whatever frame rates through the roof. But who knows? Like, I'm just saying, you don't have to be like a food critic who says every meal sucks.
Yeah.
Just to be like, oh, well, I want people to agree with me,
be edgy or
something. I want to be that person who's like at the top, so I need to go with all these things. You don't want to be that. I don't want to get political. I won't go into that.
No, let's not get political.
Let's. I'm just saying.
No religion, no politics on this channel. Everything else is fair game.
Fair game.
Yeah.
All right. So either way, I'm just saying, whatever party you're in, if your party leader's not standing up and clapping, but you think it's a good idea, just stand up and clap. Don't be afraid.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you think a game is good, say that the game is good. Don't go with the majority.
I agree, and I'm trying to think.
Unless the game's a great game.
Yeah.
If it's a great game and you're like, hey, I like everything about the game. I like this. I like that. That's why every time I play a game or I'm thinking about getting a new game, I try and get on Twitch or I try and get on Mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at people who have less subscribers just to see
exactly
what they think.
Because no offense or nothing, but I'm not. If I get on somebody's channel who's got 300 subscribers and I write, "Hey man, I got a couple questions for you," the odds of him reading it are super low. And on top of that, like, even if he does, he's not going to give his honest opinion. He's going to give the opinion that's going to sway the 300 people.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to play to your audience. That's what it is, and I don't want to say that's bad, but that's really
the issue with a lot of I don't stream, but I think the issue with a lot of streamers is like they put on a facade. They're performers.
Yeah.
Whereas what I can guarantee is that every time I'm on a video, and we do actually stream. We have a stream later with Cargos today. I'm myself. I'm not as someone else, right? And that's why I could never stream, because I think I would be too real in certain situations. I can't pander to people, right? Yeah. That's an issue that I can't do it. I'm not saying you have to do that to be a streamer, but popular streamers usually are ones that can perform. And I can't perform on
I've heard of these problems of you not performing.
Dan, I have this problem, and
yeah, I can tell.
I can't perform.
That's why you're a shaman. You think, oh, if I surround myself with totems, maybe I can throw one of them.
Yeah, maybe I'm overcompensating for something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
is that a cat or a raccoon? I don't know.
And some streamers can do it without performing. They can just be themselves.
But again, the whole point of it is, like, I just think that everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
Whether it's a good opinion or bad opinion, you need, as the responsible gamer, you should either make your own opinion or find somebody whose mentality is close to yours.
Yeah.
And go off their opinion.
Yeah.
Don't go off. Fallout 76, prime example. A lot of people hate that game. A lot of people. I played it maybe 6 hours. If you just played the game and did not listen to anything that Bethesda put out prior to the game, so if you just played the game and they said, oh, it's got whatever, 4 times the graphics or anything else, and you just played the game, you wouldn't think it's that bad of a game. Kind of like Fallout 4, but you play more melee than range, than guns, because you can't pause time. So again, but if you just like go in there and make your own opinion of it, it's not. I don't want to say it's a horrible game, but it's not like as bad as these people are saying.
Maybe it's a 50 or something.
It's more like a 40. But some of these people are like, I want my money back. These games are horrible. Which, I mean, that's their valid opinion. If they don't like the game and they want that, they want it. But again, you're not giving the company a chance to fix it because you're doing that day one launch.
Okay, all right. So you should wait a little bit, is what you're saying.
Give it time to fix itself. Do you know how many patches Fallout 76 has put out? Insane patch. They were doing weekly patches.
Yeah.
Weekly patches. Like, tell me that's not a company that's trying to fix their game.
Yeah.
If they're putting out weekly patches, that right there is
That's
huge.
a good point.
And I mean, we're getting towards the end of this because I don't want this to go on forever.
No, yeah.
I love talking with you, Mr. Shaman, but I don't have all day for this.
Plus, we got to get some food.
I mean, you got to get food. I could tell. I can see you withering away in the corner. So I think, like I said, I think there's a lot that's going to come. I think there's a lot of change. I hope there's not that many changes, but I think there will be changes. I think there's going to be the WoW token implemented. I would be very surprised if that WoW token's not in the game. I think they're either going to make it or break it. Either the game's going to succeed or it's not. I mean, let's be honest, 50-50.
You think it's 50-50?
It's 50-50. Either they're going to make a good game. Actually, I wouldn't even call it 50-50. I think the game's going to fail more than succeed.
Why?
Because it's Activision. I mean, their record of gaming has not been MMOs. And, I mean, there's still some people at Blizzard there, but, again, it sounds like they're not trying to, I don't know. Like I said, I hope it turns out well. But the people that made a great game, I don't think there's enough of them left at Blizzard to still make a good game.
The guy who's in charge of the Classic WoW team is an original dev.
Okay, so you have one.
I don't know how many more people.
I'm just saying, like, if they're having anybody who has worked on retail WoW in the past 3 years, they're going to be a hindrance to that team than
I agree.
Than anything.
Well, let's check back after the game launches. I like to redo this again with.
I would say like a month after launch, we could do it correctly.
Yeah,
right?
let's not do it day one.
I mean, we don't want to do day one launch because
Yeah.
we need people to have patience, but they'll have to figure out patience anyways in vanilla WoW
They
or
will
classic
definitely
WoW.
have to figure
And
out
if they don't have patience, then they're not going to play.
No, they're not. Absolutely not. You're right, Dan.
They're going to have a lot of patience, especially on the Alliance, because I'm going to be camping the fuck out of them. They don't even have an option. It's happening.
Yeah. I agree with you. I'll be there with you, dude.
No, you won't.
Why?
Because I will like literally, if I'm playing a druid, I'll just stealth and watch them murder you.
And then jump in last second.
No, I won't even do that. I'll just watch them murder you and then watch them start camping you.
I'm a druid.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I'll probably play war. I don't know. I'll play whatever you like. Whatever the group needs.
Okay.
Don't bother me. I'm all about it. Well,
It's been great having you.
It's been great talking to you, bro. And again, to the community, yeah. My name's Teathyme, at least my handler name.
Handle?
My handler. Sorry, my handler's Melderon.
Yeah, if you see me like responding to him in the comments, like calling me a loser, it's just because it's him. Like I don't do that to everyone.
Just so we're all clear, I don't even know him. He's super mean in the comments, and we're pretty good friends. I mean,
we're very good friends. Yeah,
I've only known you for what, like 20 years now.
It's been about 20 years.
Yeah, that's scary. You're old as dirt.
No, it's been 15 years.
No, it's been more than that.
It's been a little more than 15, probably 16.
Yeah. I knew you when you were in college.
That's true. First time.
All right. Hey, it was good talking to you, buddy.
Yeah,
you have a
thanks,
good
Dan.
one. Later.
Guys, thanks for being here, and it's been wonderful, and see you guys soon. Keep on grinding, baby. Oh, yeah.